Look, I think there's areas of both teams that that we need to focus on. I think for us, there's areas we need to get better, and there's probably areas of the Indian team that we didn't attack enough. We didn't get enough opportunity, I guess, and probably being in the second innings, if you've got 150, 200 runs on the board, I think we might have been able to expose or at least seen, how India played on a deteriorating wicket after winning the toss. So, yeah, look, I think a lot of credit has to go to India. They outplayed us in this Test match, I think. And MS Dhoni certainly led the charge. I thought Virat Kohli was outstanding as well. He's 100, but MS Dhoni changed the game. Yeah, look, we've got the same options that we had before this Test match. We need to assess conditions once we get to Hyderabad. Australian spin took 3 wickets in the first innings. Fast bowling took a lot more. That doesn't mean to say that playing, 3 fast bowlers and a medium pace all-rounder, we got that right. I think we need to assess. We need to look at conditions again and work out what we think is the best 11. I think also it's not just about selection; it's about how you perform. I don't think we bowled well enough in our first innings, and we certainly didn't bat well enough in our second innings. So, there's a couple of areas where we certainly need to improve before this second Test.
Michael, you've got so many left-handers, or does it really? It's not really a big issue.
Well, you're going to face both if you're playing against India anyway. Whether you're right-hander or left-hander, they got 2 right-arm off-spinners. Jadeja played. They've got Oja out there bowling now. So I think you have to find a way against the ball spinning in both directions. And I think it's more personal preference what you prefer. If you find it harder for the ball spinning in or ball spinning away. So, for me personally, I don't think it matters too much. I got out to ball spinning away in the first innings and ball spinning back in the second innings. So I'd like it to go dead straight. That'd be nice. Look, I don't think we can blame, the fact that we have so many left-handers. I think we just got to find a way to execute our skills better, both with bat and ball. Look, I've always made very clear to the players I want them to back their own ability and play how they see fit. It might have been quite tough for them to play the way they would have liked to play, so credit needs to go to the Indian bowlers. But no, look, the players know that they have the freedom to play their way, play with intent, and back your own ability. Again, we'll have that discussion. I've had that discussion every Test match since being captain. I don't know how moving up the order guarantees any more runs. I certainly don't think that's the case. I think no matter where you bat, the guys in the top 7 need to make sure we're scoring majority of the runs and allowing our tail to do or make as many runs as they can to contribute. But we will certainly talk about that before the next Test. It certainly had impact on the game. Ask me after the 4 Test matches and I'll let you know how much impact it had on the series. But right now, it contributed a lot to India's success in this Test match. But take nothing away, like I say, Kohli made a fantastic 100. Ashwin, what did he get, 6 in the first innings and 5 in the second. 7 in the first innings and 5 in the second. So, they're 3 very good performances. We were outplayed in this Test match.
Michael, you expected the pitch for the future of Test
match? Look, I think the wicket played better than it looked, to be honest. I think both first innings, the wicket was pretty good for batting. Second innings, the wicket, as we thought, did deteriorate and spun and bounced a lot more. The bounce was inconsistent. But I think, I like to see a result in Test cricket. The fact that the game went 5 days says to me it's a pretty good Test match wicket. Well, if we don't have a third fast bowler, Moses can certainly do that role. I think it's very exciting the way he started. He's been a very talented player for a long time back in Australia, but it's nice to see that potential come to the forefront in his first Test match. And I think he looked very comfortable, to be honest, with both bat and ball. I think he looked very comfortable. So that's exciting for Australian cricket going forward and very exciting for Moses. I think you need to make runs no matter where you bat. he got more runs in the middle order batting in the first innings and opening in the second innings, so I don't know the answer to that question. If you bat 5, 6, like I say, everybody in the top 7 needs to be making majority of the runs for us to have success. Bring them to India, more spinners? We bring the whole country here soon. We have 17 players already. Look, I think we have a really talented squad. Like I say, we need to make the most of the talent we have in the squad. You know, we need to make sure Warnie's in town. I'll see if he's available. I think we have enough good players. We just need to make sure we're performing as well as we can. So, yeah, right now we still have spinning options with Xavier Doherty and Glenn Maxwell. But like I say, we'll assess what the pitch is like, and then we'll make that decision. Well, the plan is to try and take wickets, there's no doubt about it. So the most important thing is to have fielders in catching positions. But I know from a batsman as well, if everybody's in saving a single, it's very easy to hit boundaries, or much easier to hit boundaries. So, yeah, somehow you try and have the cake and eat it. You want to take wickets, but you also want to give Nathan a little bit of protection as well. So that was why we had the fields we had. Yeah, unfortunately it didn't work as well as we would have liked, and we can reassess that for the second test match.